You know, everything's better in Juice World.
What's going on, man? Welcome back to Juice World TV, man. This is Juice Man checking in with you. Guys, listen, man, I know it's been too long. We've been living in Atlanta now for about 8 months, meaning to have this episode forever. You know what I'm saying? What's the reason? And I get asked this question all the time. You know, what's the reason, Juice Man, why you guys moved back? You know, tell me, should I still come to Mexico? Tell me, should I still see what's happening in Mexico? You know what I mean? There got to be a reason why you guys decided to move back, man. And this is the story, man. This is my reason. This is our reason of why we decided to move back. Currently, man, I'm in front of my house in Atlanta. You know, so I'm gonna walk in. We're gonna see the fam. Fam probably going crazy. My daughter just got home from school. My little man, he turned right now. So yeah, man. And then we're gonna dig into it, man. We're gonna talk about the reasons why we left Mexico. And also, man, is this something that we should revisit? Me and wife have been talking about it heavily, so she's gonna jump in, man. She's gonna fill the gaps, and we're gonna have a conversation. We're gonna talk about it. So let's get to it. Before we get to it, man, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you hit that like button, man. You know, y'all the reason why we do it. Appreciate the encouragement. Appreciate the love. Furthermore, man, let's have this conversation. I don't know if I showed y'all my spread, man, but that's my little studio, man. That's what we boogie with it a little bit. That's our office over there. You see the laptops. We done turned the dining room into the office. You know, stairs and La Familia.
La Familia.
What's going on, good people? Y'all all right? I hear Cairo's going.
Yeah, he up here making all these noises.
Yeah, nothing what you stretched out for. You tired?
And I'm cold. I'm freezing.
You freezing?
Yeah.
You got the covers on like you freezing. Got us with the juice. How you doing?
I'll be better if he took his nap today. That's probably why he's going crazy.
Yeah.
Same.
Same. You
For
been
what?
at
You needed a
school.
nap?
No, I need help to go to bed so I can have peace and quiet.
Oh, you want peace and quiet.
She want peace and quiet. You see, we got Coco Melon. Well, no, this is Little Angel. Yeah. That's Carol's, our little Mexican American right there. This is the young man that was born in Mexico.
The young man that won't let anybody do his hair.
Yeah, we've been trying to do his hair, but he anti lately. Well, hospital, yeah. Shout out to Costa Med. You know, his birthplace. But yeah, so yeah, I was outside talking, and I was just letting them know, you know, we've been being asked this question, like, why would we leave Mexico? What's the reason that we left Mexico? And you know, everybody's been asking those
I ask
questions.
myself that every day.
Damn.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
A
a little bit. I
What
told him.
what did you say?
Yeah, well, I hadn't told him my answer yet,
Oh,
but
okay. You want my answer?
yeah, I wanted to start
My
with you.
answer. Okay. Really the biggest thing was because it was amazing living there. Like, hands down. When you're a parent, you do everything for your child. And what's in the best welfare for your child. And I think for us, like before we even moved there, that was like our big thing. Like if our child at the time, because we only had London, Kairos wasn't born yet, but if London experienced anything in a negative way, that would be our, like, without even a question in our mind, we're getting out of there. Like, it doesn't matter how much we loved it. Like, that was our main concern with her.
That was the deal that we made prior to.
It
right?
was. That was our thing. So, what I will say, we moved back for her. She never said anything negative. But I think our biggest thing was just we weren't sure how it was affecting her socially, because she has always been a really social child. And being that there was a language barrier, that was like the biggest thing for her. She went to a bilingual school, sure, but at the end of the day, baby, turn it down a little bit. At the end of the day, it's still going to be a smaller group of children within the classroom that speak English. So now it's limiting, you know, the amount of social interactions that she has at school. So even though, like I said, she didn't come out and say like, hey, I don't like it here because I can't, you know, talk to as many people at school as I would like. She didn't come out and say that, but it was just like little indicators for us that made us feel that she wasn't as satisfied and happy as she could be. And to be quite honest, I mean, I feel like we panicked a little bit. Like, you know, that's our child. Like, we gonna do whatever we need to do for our child, like, you know, without hesitation, without any reservation. Like, are you unhappy? I think you're unhappy, maybe a little bit. Oh, we gotta go. So, like I said, she never gave us those indications, like, just straightforward and said that. But we just felt like perhaps that could be something that was negatively affecting her socially. So that is the reason why we left. I mean, it really didn't have anything to do with anything else. Like, I tell Juice Man, Nigel, whatever you want to call him, I tell him and have been telling him probably like when
well, I'm not
like
sure
the past week, I've been telling him how like I miss Mexico. Like, it was an amazing experience being there. So that was it.
Yeah, we did get an opportunity to do a lot of amazing things while we were there. Yeah, like Goddess was saying, we did get an opportunity to do some pretty amazing things there. I mean, Mexico doesn't owe us nothing. I mean, you know, it was, you know, from the people to the atmosphere to just the, you know, the black people that lives there, the expats, the white people that lives there, the expats, as well as the people, you know, who live there, my Latino community. I mean, it was great. I mean, I've met so many brothers and sisters that, you know, now I can actually call them my brothers and sisters, and they're like family to me, family to us. But she definitely hit it in the head. I mean, one day I'll tell you, one day London came home from school, and she went to a private school. A lot of you guys asked me what school. I told you, Colegio Inglés. Well, shout out to Alex. Alex is one of the heads there at the school. But it was, you know, Alex was amazing, and the relationship that we had with Colegio Inglés was amazing. But, you know, one day London came home and she asked us the question. Turn it down, baby. She asked, you know, why am I the only black girl at my school? You know, and that really made us think. It's like, oh, okay, so she's noticing it. You know, and also, like Ebony was saying, the language barrier cuts into her socializing at the fullest potential that she could. Which, you know, that was one thing that we said prior to moving to Mexico. You know, if there were any type of hiccups or anything that, you know, that happened that would make us move, it would be because of the kids. And that was the big thing. And like she said, we panicked. We was like, oh no, we got to get back to the States. We got to let her know because we don't want her to feel like she's the only black girl in Playa del Carmen. Now, hindsight is always, yeah, you remember that you said that?
Dad,
yes.
I did not say I don't like that I'm the only black person.
He didn't say that.
I didn't say that,
He
man.
said that you said, why were you? And see, and that was on, because see, we did panic. We did panic, you know, because we took her questioning that as she didn't like it, or that she felt, you know, like she was different from everybody else, when she simply was just asking the question.
Right. Which, you know, which is fair enough, she can do. But we still kind of took that and ran with it, you know, and hindsight is always 20/20. Now, here's the thing, you know, there are so many different organizations for expats where there are people that look just like us. There are communities that look just like us that we could have become more involved in. And that's what we see now, hindsight, is those are the things that we probably should have looked more into instead of, hey, listen, we should just do this. Because, which it would have taken, obviously, more from us, as parents to get out there to function, because we live, close to Fifth Avenue, which is the strip of Playa del Carmen. But there were areas where most expats live where, like, they call it a, what do they call it?
What are you referring to?
They call it across the road, the other side of the highway, where a lot of people are like, live there, have kids, those type of things. So that was.
We lived in what you said. We lived off of Fifth Ave, which is like the tourist.
Which is the tourist area.
Of Playa del Carmen, yeah.
So that's all we pretty much seen. If if you live over there, it's thriving, it's popping. Yes, it's dope. But that's not where a lot of local expats live. So we had to now looking back at it, I mean, we understand that there are different things that we could have done.
Along with learning Spanish.
Huh? Along with learning Spanish, which we were knowing enough to get by. I mean, but fully, and which we've been back to Playa since then, and the same people are still there, still our family. Shout out to our Playa family. They're still there doing their thing. But we could have fully immersed ourselves more, right?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we did learn a lot.
Yeah.
On a daily basis, we learned, new words, new phrases, and things like that. Enough to, like you just said, enough to get by. But our world was just completely different from hers, from London's. Being that she was at school, being that she was, every other day at school where they only spoke Spanish.
Right.
I think that probably was just something that we could have took more time to do.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah, and then my son, he was just born over there, and we had to which I would say coming back to the States was probably we probably needed that break. We probably could have taken a flight and spent some time over, but our lease was we were like there a year and a half. We was it was about time for us to sign another lease. We had to get his U.S. paperwork straight. And we had to make sure London was straight. So, with all that being said, that was the catalyst for us leaving. So it was more so us. We kind of panicked slightly, I would say, but I mean, that's normal. I mean, we lived there for almost a year and 6 months, so things were becoming easy, and then when you're hit with something with the children, it hits completely different. So we ended up moving back. We moved back. We set everything in motion. We moved back. London's in school. She was able to skip a grade. My son, we got all his paperwork straight, health insurance, all that stuff. We had to make sure we dot our I's and cross our T's. However, we asked London the other day, because it's been heavy on us, was what did she think about moving back to Mexico? And what did you say?
She said sweet.
I said that I just don't like that I can't get along with so many people, and I don't like that I'm the only black person in the whole entire school.
Okay, she did not say
Yeah,
that.
she definitely didn't say that. We asked her this. Go ahead, Evan.
Hold on, because he's
Come here. Let him
No,
go.
I tried to put him down.
Let him go.
I tried to put him down, and he keeps
Come here, man.
going back up on me. He knows that we're talking.
Yeah, come here. He's a busy man.
So she definitely didn't say that. You have to, the camera makes her get a little.
We just asked this. How long ago?
What? Not even a week ago. I don't even think it's been a week. We asked her.
Monday.
Okay, so it's been a week. We asked her how she felt about the idea of moving back to Mexico. She said, yes. When are we going? That is what
exactly
her
what
answer
she
was.
said.
So then we asked her, we followed up with, what didn't you like about Mexico? Do you remember us asking that? What didn't you like about Mexico? You said two things. She said, it's hot. That was the first thing. And then she said that she didn't like the fact that she couldn't interact with as many people at school.
Come here.
I told you. This
ain't
is
him
what
doing
not
this
taking
just
that does.
Yeah.
She couldn't interact with as many people as she wanted to at school, which, you know, those two things are very fair because the summer times are horrendous.
I wish we could go there. It's like.
But when it's cold, it doesn't get cold.
Well, I wish it was like normal.
Just normal hot, not hot. We got you. But so those are the things that she said. So she definitely is down to go back. But like just man was saying before, it's, you know, hindsight is always 20/20. There's definitely some things that we would do a little bit differently if that were to be the case. But you know, you live and you learn. Like I think us being there for almost a year and a half, and then us now being back. How long have we been? Almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a
I
year
said
we've
like
been back.
8-9 months. That's
Yeah,
what I said.
it allows you to look at, okay, what was my last year like versus what this year has been like, and just compare and contrast. And I mean, you know, your heart's gonna tell you where you prefer. So.
Right. And where do you prefer?
Let's go. Viva la Mexico!
Yeah, man. So, Lenny, you got anything you want to say? Because your story done switched up since we. You got anything you want to say?
Yeah.
Okay, go
Well,
ahead.
I just wish like if it's cold here and it's hot in Mexico, I want us to be together. So if we go back to Mexico, I'm gonna be wearing shorts.
So let me ask you this: if you go back to school and you're the only black girl in school, is that okay? And you know, and me and Mom realize that there's certain different, you know, things that we could do on the weekend. There are other black younger kids that we could, you know, do things with, so that you can get to meet. A lot of them just don't go to your school because she went to a private school, but a lot of them just don't go to your school.
Yeah, they were homeschooled.
There were a lot of them were
A lot
homeschooled.
of them were homeschooled.
Would that be okay?
Well, I kind of don't like this school that much because
She said she ain't feeling the school
So
she
now
at
she
right
ain't
now.
like I was out of school and they had a test on the computer and I was like, oh, I'm lucky. And I am so glad I skipped school that day. So I didn't have to take the test. So I'm happy. But I just don't like this school because, like, if we couldn't be at school,
Now she don't like this school.
then we would have to do a test on the computer.
Which school you like better? The one in Mexico or this one now?
It's a hard decision. I kind of like this school more though.
Okay.
What about your life? What about just overall life? Because you know, life here is very different than
Oh, that's
what's in
showing.
Mexico,
Oh,
right?
that's.
Dad.
Well,
Well,
your
you
clothes,
had it
you're
up.
being inappropriate on film. Let's put your clothes down. Yeah, thanks. Love you for that.
What did I
Your
say?
life. So what about your life here versus your life in Mexico? Like taking school out of it. Just your overall day-to-day life.
But if I was in Mexico, I would just like.
We're asking which one did you like better. We ain't asking you what you would be doing and all that. We said which one would you like better?
Mexico.
Mexico? You like your life better in Mexico?
But I just don't want like people that talk Spanish. I want people.
What if you knew how to speak Spanish?
Then I would be there.
Then it would be fine, right? So that's the biggest thing. That
That's
was
the biggest
like
thing.
the biggest thing is just her being, because she's a social butterfly,
Yeah.
just like her dad. So.
And I'm picky.
And she's picky. So, guys, here's the thing, right? We have really been debating on whether or not we're gonna take our talents back to Mexico.
No debate.
She says there's no debate. Yeah, so that's just something that's between us. You know, make sure that you let us know what you guys think about that. You know, our experience. You guys have seen what we've done. You've seen some of the places that we went. I'm not sure if you guys seen. We was able to do an episode of House Hunters down there. So hopefully I can tag that link or at least let you guys know the episode in the description. But that's something that we're seriously contemplating, and you know, we're all excited about it. But you know, this time it's a little bit different. What did you say, man? Carlos. He says he's coming over. Say hey. Say hey, everybody. So I was born in Mexico.
So he want to go back.
Yeah, so definitely, so this is something that we've definitely been contemplating. You know, now there's a lot of moving parts that goes along with us transitioning now. You know, I mean, we have to pretty much kind of, so there's pluses and minuses, right? So we've been there already, so we know this time exactly what to do, what it looks
It'd
like.
be like cake. Like it.
Yeah.
I just, what did I say the other day? Like I feel like we can go and navigate with our eyes closed. Like this
Right.
time around. Like
Right.
it feels like home at this point. It does.
Second home for me.
Well,
But I get what you
a
mean.
home.
My son's shaking my arm.
An extension of home.
Right. And it feels that way for me too. It was what's that?
So you're so literal.
Yeah, but that was kind of little. But yeah, so I think that I'm sorry guys, I keep shaking the camera. My son, he's jumping up and down. But yeah, so there's a lot of different moving parts that we have to mark the boxes on this time around. You know, and make sure that we do our due diligence before, if we come up with the decision that we are going to move back. But we are gonna take the next 6 to 12 months.
I'm just waiting on him to say the word.
See, she's ready to
I'm
go.
just waiting on him to
See
say
what
the
I'm
word.
saying?
Like I'm not. Look, I hear what he's saying. I'm not gonna let him make y'all think that they're contemplating, they're trying to figure it out. No, I done figured it out for
What
myself.
happened to
I'm just waiting on him to say the
What
word.
happened to team? There's a team.
Yes, it is a team, and that's why I have to wait for you to say the word.
Oh, okay.
That is the team. So.
Well, you know, we have to make sure everything is what it's gonna be. You know, like now moving back with 2 kids, we gotta make sure all of the, you know, everybody's good on health insurance. You know, even though he's from there. You know, it's just a lot of different things that we gotta make sure that we get correct prior to moving. But it's definitely the idea is not too far from us. You know?
Juice World Takes Mexico Part 2.
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. That's what's up. Anything you want to tell the people?
No, just like I think all of our episodes have reflected that just live your life. You know, don't let fear or the unknown stop you, but definitely, think things through at the same time. Don't just jump, head first. Sometimes the water is shallow and you'll bust your brains out. So, I say all that to say, don't let fear get in your way, but also always have a plan. That never hurts. And I guess that's really it. We're going to see where it takes us. We will see what happens.
I'm scared.
You scared?
Yeah, because if we move up to Mexico, I may overheat because I already have one.
You gonna overheat?
She gonna overheat.
Hot.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm freezing.
She talking about she gonna overheat. Yeah. You hear that? my son, he's ready to go back. But yeah, man, Mexico definitely, don't owe us nothing. It was a great experience being in Mexico. I think that, we are definitely moving forward as far as going back to Mexico. But, we just want to make sure that we because, we moved down there and everything was so, I guess smooth and serene. Like we just got down there and we had everything, which, I mean, obviously because it was our first time, but we jumped down there, everything was good. It took a pretty penny to do that. And so now that, Ebony, she's making a lot of money now. She ain't mentioned that part. So we just got to make sure that everything transitions smoothly. We have more things this time around that we got to check some balances that we got to make sure are proper before we move. But, I mean, guys, listen, if you're thinking about moving to Mexico, we say do it. It's definitely, we're definitely contemplating moving back. I'm pretty sure, Ebony, she usually gets her way, so we're probably most likely going to end up moving back. We're just putting all the wheels in motion to make sure that we do that. And we have, I call him Money Man. So we got Money Man right there. Money Man is another one that we got to make sure that's embedded into the right school system, and we got to make sure that he learns English properly first, and then he can pick back up on Spanish. But guys, I'm gonna just share some of the Mexico moments that we've had with you guys, and definitely, man, you probably gonna see us around, man. If you're walking down Playa and you just so happen to see Goddess and Juice Girl and Juice Man and Juice Boy Kairos, say hello, and we told you we'll be back, man. But until next time, man, look, you see, we love you guys, man. Peace and happiness, man. Make sure that you guys subscribe to Juice World TV so you guys can stay updated on what we're gonna do next, man. We love you guys, man. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them below. Till next time, man, we'll see you, man. What you gotta say, baby?
Peace out.
We gone.